Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, The Last Big Night. I hope I'm live. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. I hope this is in the right angle. If it's the right angle, please let me know. What's up? I can't even see the names or nothing like that. That's how difficult it is for me right now. How y'all doing? I hope y'all having a happy new year. We're going live today. I'm gonna be addressing some of the 80s, 90s. I'm gonna go back in time, and bring it all the way up to date, because I kind of lost track. When I told y'all the Tupac story, the Three Kings stories that I gave y'all, I lost track of my focus on what I was trying to do and what I've been doing. I told y'all in the Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 that I was going to break down the whole bad boy structure and how we got here and how it all started, the true story behind it. And I kind of lost focus on that because I had to address some other things. Uh, First, I want to do a disclaimer for the people out there. If you don't want to hear none of my stories that have something to do with the 80s, 90s, and the life that I live, turn your channel to wherever the fuck you want to turn it to. I'm not asking, I'm not begging nobody to be here. I'm giving these people my life story. Anything that I talk to you guys about has something to do with me. And like I said before, people not gonna understand that, how did this guy do all this and was all these places and did that? Because I've never been scared to live my life, man, and I was out there. And there was a lot of people at that time that needed me. So the disclaimer is I'm giving everybody the opportunity, and I'm gonna wait a minute or two for these motherfuckers to turn their phones off, to go someplace else, to do something else. Because I don't have time for, the constant bullshit that everybody comes up with. Now, I have a lot of people that help me, and I'm sorry that I'm so unprepared to give your names. But like Triple Hoy, like Sarah, like uh, Plenty Pussy, Kim. One dude helped me even do my set up my Instagram thing. I forgot his name, but he a good brother. If you go in the comments, you'll see that he did that, and I really appreciate that. So today's show is going to be about the 80s, the 90s, and I want y'all to get an idea of what was going on back then and why we at the state that we are right now. I'm gonna let y'all know what the hustlers and everybody in the streets and where they went, what they were doing, and we're gonna leave that part in this year. So, all next year we're gonna be talking about, new shit, but we're not gonna be talking about, I'm not gonna give you these descriptions before because I did that in a lot of the videos that I did before. So I'm glad to be here with you guys. I'm glad to make another year. And I want you guys to know that take life serious, man. You know, uh, do what all you could do, for your kids and the people in your lives. You understand? Because life is too short, man. It goes fast, bro. It goes real fast. You know, um, I held one job down for 27 years. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm letting you guys know that take that time, and focus on your kids and focus on your family. Like, when I had my first daughter, I had one job, and and I was raising some other nigga's son, you know what I'm saying? I had one job. So then when I had my daughter, I needed two jobs. Because I like a lot of nice shit. You understand? Then when I had another daughter, I needed two jobs and a hustle. I gave my life up, man, you know, so nobody else would feel my pain, whatever I had to go through. And now my kids is grown and gone. You understand? it's you know, you know that the shit went so fast, and damn, you could say, damn, I could have did 3 times better than what I did. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you just had to have that hustle in you. We're gonna play a little game tonight, and I'm gonna give y'all a little time while I set this thing up. I want y'all to get y'all favorite drink out, whatever you drink, whether it's beer, wine, and every time I say you understand or motherfucker, I want y'all to take a drink. All right? Tatted Teflon, what's going on? Caesar, there you go. Caesar. FTW. Shout out a couple of names before I get to start. Andy. OMG. Oh, no, I get that. Someone say, oh my God. Caesar, salute to you, brother. Karen Baker, Happy New Year. Twisted, what's up with you? Scott, what's going on? Sean Johnny. Ice, what up with you, Q? All right. So listen, y'all got y'all drinks together? Every time I say you understand a motherfucker, I want y'all to take a sip. Now, if you're going out tonight, don't do that shit. But if you home for the rest of the night, I want y'all to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see can y'all really get fucked up. You understand? All right? So from this point on, if I say you understand or you say, if I say motherfucker, and I'm going to try not to say it. You understand? Oh, shit. I'm going to try not to say it. But you take a sip if I do. All right, like I say, the show's gonna be like the 80s and 90s. Like, and I'm talking about the Harlem. You understand? If you was in Harlem during the mid to late 80s and everything, a lot of the crews was jumping off. And that was the Same Gang, Slick and the Family, 12th Street Posse. NFL, which meant niggas for life. The 40 Wolves, they was from 140th Street. We had the All Stars. They was represented by my man Jewel, and he had the thing called Felon Magazine. Then you had the X-Men, which was 114th Street. My man Pop used to run that. Then you had Best Out. You understand? You had Butt Naked, and Butt Naked did a lot of the industry parties and stuff like that. You had Mecca Audio. You know, then you had the East Side Riders. You know what I'm saying? And then you had your top promoters. At that time, the top promoters was Peter Shue and his character Blue. We call himself the world famous Blue. And then you had Black and Gold. Then you had Sparkles and Sparkle Production. And you had Reggie Wells. You know, those are the parties that the hustlers, everybody who was getting money, everybody who was doing their thing was going to. And then another one was Top, who came in the late, around the mid 90s, was Black Hands. Chaz Williams had one of the biggest production companies and parties. This is before he got into the music thing and he started dealing with graph and everything like that. So that was the atmosphere. Those were the crews in Harlem. Now see, Chaz and them was from Queens, but they were more international than anybody because they was a kind of crew that brought everybody together. See, Chaz brought people from Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Baltimore. His shit was more international because he used to give parties all over the country. Now it was a marketing thing called In the Streets. They used to do a lot of industry stuff too. So that was the atmosphere as far as the different crews in Harlem that I gave you, which was Same Gang, Slick and the Family, 12th Street Posse, NFL, the 40 Wolves, All Star, connected with Felon Magazine, the X-Men, Best Out, Butt Naked, Mecca Audio. You understand? Those were the crews that was in Harlem. You had a couple of other ones, but they wasn't out. They wasn't out there big. And then you had those cats from Lenox Avenue. I think it was the like around 129th Street. But they was more into the rap shit. They wasn't into like giving the parties and giving the different functions. And the best out was one of the big top ones. Yeah, Big L was my man. I seen him the week before he got killed, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna address none of this stuff like that right now because I'm gonna tell the story, and then if you come back and I hit you up. But when I seen Big L name, I had to say something because I seen him. He was vest up the week before he got killed, and we was at the Bronx barbecue, and I seen him with a vest on. I was like, and he had a bodyguard. I was like, yo, L, what's wrong? Everything good, man? He said, yo, I'll talk to you, Gene, about it, man, but I'm good and everything like that. I said, yeah. We was at BBQs in the Bronx. We used to go up there on Saturday night. They had a little comedy thing. That dude, what's his name? He was a comedian. He used to run that stuff, Capone, yeah. And I seen him that, and then the next week he was murdered, man. That fucked me up. He was a hell of a fucking rapper, man. You know, he'd have kept Harlem on the map for a long time. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now, these crews start giving parties. A lot of these guys in these crews was hustlers, though. They was getting money. You know what I'm saying? They was out doing their thing, but then they would give a party and convert that money. Now, out of the two crews that were big in doing that, it would have been Butt Naked, Best Out, the Same Gang, and Slick and the Family. Slick and the Family kept, when I left the Same Gang, I'm always going to be Same Gang, but when I left and started Slick and the Family with Slick, we became one of the top party givers, the top promoters in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So then the All-Stars came along with Jewel, and they used to give like the little fancier little thing when niggas was dressing up. We kept it all the way gully. We kept it all the way hood. When you came to a Slick and a Family party, you was getting, get in where you fit in. That was our motto. You know what I'm saying? Get in where you fit in. It was crazy. So that's where we was at with that. So we were one of the top promoters and everything. So now, at this time, Puff was doing Daddy's House, and he was doing Daddy's House, the parties. That was he was doing Unsigned Hype at the building on Mondays, and he was doing a party at the Red Zone. But that got shut down. I'm going to get to that story a little later. So now, Andre Harrell, he was doing the Uptown Records and everything. That's when he had got deferred to do that cat. That's how Puff and D-Ferg actually met. Because when he did that cat for Andre Harrell, you know what I'm saying, he did the bad boy thing for Puff. But I told D way back then, man, I said, yo, D, man, you should tell them niggas, every time they use that shit, you get a penny, you know what I'm saying, for every time that thing is used somebody. But he always had faith in niggas to do the right thing, man. So he thought Andre Harrell and Puff was gonna do the right thing by him, and neither one of them never did. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. El Barrio, what's going on? So now neither one of them guys never did the right thing by him. So now the atmosphere for all the hustlers, everybody who was getting money in Harlem. Now this was Harlem. You got to understand when you look at Paid in Full, that was just the little bullshit of that. You know what I'm saying? That Paid in Full shit was just, just parts of somebody. That was just somebody's story right there. But the dudes who was really getting money and who was really hustling and who was, doing their thing, they all had the same schedule. You understand? And that schedule was like Monday night, we was at Club 2000. Tuesday, we was at the skating rings, and then we go, we start at Willie's, then we go to the skating ring, and then we'll come back. Wednesday, we was at the Apollo. Then at the Apollo, we'll go to like maybe the Red Zone or the New Music Cafe, or we'd be back at Willie's. On Thursday nights, we was at the Cotton Club. And Mike Epps used to run the Cotton Club as far as he used to be the comedian there at the Cotton Club. And then Friday, we was doing either a Peter Shoe party or Sparkle. Friday or Saturday, we was either doing a Peter Shoe party, Sparkles, Reggie Wells, or, one of those, those promoter parties. That's what Harlem was about. Then if everybody in Harlem is doing, you got the Bronx coming over doing, you had a couple of, guys in Brooklyn, used to come out, because that's what all the honeys and everybody was doing. It was like a routine schedule. So that's what we were at doing that. So now, when Puff come into the picture, he become a part of the same gang, so now the same gang started doing little parties, but he never was anyone to try to promote the parties with the same gang. He just always came to the parties as just a member or one of the places that we went to, because he wasn't even that big. He didn't start getting big until he got with Wolf and them and Butt Naked, and that's after Andre Harrell had fired him. Now, the reason everybody knows the reason why he got fired, and that was because of the City College tragedy thing. We spoke about that. So before that was because of the City College tragedy where 9 people died and and got they suffocated in a stairwell. I the one who opened the door for them to get them around there. I was right there at the time. It was a crazy situation. So now we are at the point whereas that we trying to figure out, what we're doing, regarding the whole atmosphere of, what we trying to make the same gang, what we trying to make Slick and the Family doing, because we were making a lot of money back then. You had guys that were taking $5,000, for throwing a party, and you was making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in one night. One time we would give a boat ride, and then after the boat ride, we'll give a party. We'll make $15,000, $20,000 on the boat ride. Then it's an after party. Then you make another $10,000 or $15,000. It may not seem a lot of money, but for somebody putting up $5,000 or $6,000, and you bring it back $40,000, that's some good money back then. Man, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to switch this around because this is coming. I'm not going to mess it. I might mess it up, man, because all the statements are coming sideways instead of coming the correct way. I don't know why it's coming like that. That's crazy. But I'm not going to mess with it, man. I'm not going to do it. I can't see it because it's coming sideways, and I don't have nobody here to help me. And I do not want to mess it up. Let me finish with the story. So now, you got the crews what was happening, all the parties and stuff like that. Now we're gonna talk about how Bad Boy came into the whole Harlem and the whole Harlem scene. Now, this is how Bad Boy came into the Harlem.